What is good, NIO family? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one, we're going to be talking about the one and only NIO stock and why I believe NIO is about to drop pretty hard one last time for just a couple days before this thing bounces and runs just like it did last time. So I have some historical evidence that that's what's most likely going to happen. I think NIO is going to drop down, get a really big bounce, then it's going to run right back up to the upside, back to the 20s, and it's going to come way sooner than a lot of people think. Now, before I get started though, before I show you the potential evidence of this happening, I do have to mention a couple of very important things. First, the first thing is I'm not a financial planner, so please don't take this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, it benefits the entire NEO community as a whole. And the last thing is, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull, the link down below, and deposit any amount of money into the account, you are guaranteed 5 free stocks, each worth up to $2,000. And you could always sell these 5 free stocks for cash and use that cash to buy some NIO shares for free. This is a limited time offer that ends in just 2 weeks. So please check it out to get your free NIO shares. With that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So I quickly went over that, and now I want to talk about why am I actually pretty bullish for the next upcoming weeks for NIO. Now, I'm not saying it's going to explode overnight. In fact, I think this thing is going to drop pretty hard very soon for just a few more days before this thing bounces and rallies to the absolute moon. Now, you probably think I'm crazy. Well, the reason why the market is dropping, and this is going to make plenty of sense, we're dropping like this because of the FOMC meeting and the Fed addressing inflation. So, the FOMC meeting, the next one is on May 3rd through the 4th. The 4th is going to be the big day. And this is just a meeting where the Fed announces their new monetary changes. They're going to announce to what degree they're going to be tapering. I don't think they're going to make as many changes to the taper, but they are going to announce the next rate hike. And right now, it's most likely going to be a 50 basis point rate hike. There's a 99+% chance, according to many analysts, it's going to be a 50 basis point rate hike and not a 75 basis point rate hike. And that's based off what we're seeing right now. So the way this works is, inflation is soaring in the United States. The Fed knows that, so they need to slow down our economy to address inflation. They slow it down through many changes in policy, and one of them is by raising the federal funds rate. It's going to charge banks higher interest rates, and it's going to cause the cost to borrow money, whether it's for shorting companies, whether it's for banks, whether it's for everyday people. Everyone has to pay more now to borrow money. It slows down our economy, slows down our growth, and as a result, it's going to cause inflation to go down. So why on earth is this important? It affects our whole economy. And generally, when we see the federal funds rate going up, a lot of bonds and other commodities out there, if you want to call a bond that, they generally have higher interest rates. So lots of institutional investors, they feel a lot more comfortable investing in, I don't know, putting their money in a bank, putting it somewhere else, and they get returns on that investment because of interest, right? They find that a little bit more secure than the markets because the markets are kind of shaky right now. I mean, we saw what happened to the SPY. If I actually bring up the SPY, we saw this thing go from all-time highs all the way down to $412. So the SPY is just getting hammered right now. I mean, it took a couple of months, but we're seeing this thing get hammered. However, I don't think the SPY is going to be destroyed and the market's going to just crash after the upcoming meeting. I think we're actually going to get a relief bounce because the FOMC meeting is going to be once again on the 3rd through the 4th of May, starting next week on Tuesday and Wednesday. And the big day is the 4th or the Wednesday where they announce these big changes. So I think since we're already this low, I think a lot of the policy changes, whether it's a 50 basis point rate hike or a 75 basis point rate hike, it's already priced in. And as a result, when we see these changes happen, it's very likely we're going to get a rally. So this is what happened last time. If you don't believe me, check this out right here. So we actually had a 25 basis point rate hike last time, and everyone anticipated it. We weren't 100% sure because we don't know for sure once it's confirmed, right? Once Powell announces it, it hasn't been announced yet. The next one hasn't been announced yet, but we're very confident it's going to be a 50 basis point rate hike. What happened during the last time we had it? March 15th through the 16th. On the 16th, we found out the basis point rate hike was 25 points. Okay? We found out on March 16th what happened to NIO and the market at the time. The market took a huge hit. NIO was, it was like what, in the 30s, the 20s, and it just started dropping and dropping and dropping as we got closer. I think the big drop really started to set in around the time NIO was in the mid 20s. We started dropping and crashing all the way down to 13 bucks a share. Obviously, there was a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt, other things like that. Look at the dates. March 14th, this thing was dropping. We hit our low on the March 15th, the day of the FOMC meeting. Then March 16th comes. Oh, NIO actually kind of starts to rally. It looks a lot better. The Fed announces, oh, yeah, we're going to be raising rates by 25 basis points. The market did not get rug pulled. And then what happened after? NIO went from $13 all the way up to 23 bucks and almost 24 bucks. So this thing started to rally after that, right? The market was a lot more secure, things were a lot better, and the drop to 13 bucks was kind of exaggerated. And we're seeing history repeat itself. Now we have the next FOMC meeting, right? We had one March 15th through the 16th. The market crashed going into it. All of a sudden, we get confirmation, the certainty that the market likes. We're like, hey, it's not that bad after all. The market rallies after that. Then we get closer to the May 3rd through the 4th rate hike. What happens now? NIO is crashing. The market is crashing. As a result, I think the same thing is going to happen. The rate hike is already priced in. So once NIO gets closer to that day, there's going to be a big drop, perhaps on Tuesday. When Wednesday comes, once they announce the 50 basis point rate hike, I expect maybe during that time, maybe later, NIO should start to maybe trade a little sideways and start slowly going up. And this thing should start to push and push and push right back up to the high teens to $20 range quite quickly. It may just take a few weeks, so be prepared for that. Now, why am I saying this? What else is so good about NIO, and where may this thing retrace to? Well, from what I'm seeing, you might think this is crazy, but it's the truth. Generally, these gaps right here like to get filled. And it's a little bit hard for me to say this for a lot of people that love this company, but I do think these gaps are going to get filled again. Let me show you where these gaps are. So generally when a gap is filled, the wick isn't where the fill starts. I just wanted to show you guys where it starts. Technically, it does start around that 1570 range, but it could be as low as that 15 mark, kind of like this. So I think it's very possible NIO starts going to the 15s, low 15s, and maybe even touches the high 14s very soon. I would expect that perhaps by Tuesday. Okay? Now, Monday could be kind of sideways. It could be kind of a, I don't know, it's probably going to be a little red, but I expect the bottom to be found on Tuesday, and we're going to get a bounce off that. Wednesday comes. I would not be surprised if NIO starts to push up, trades a little sideways, then it starts pushing and pushing and pushing right back up to the upside. So historically, that is what happened during the last FOMC meeting, and it is looking like we're going to see a very similar move again going into the next one. So that is what my anticipation is. That's what I think is going to play out. When it comes to specific predictions, I'm going to release another video on Sunday for that. But the last thing I want to remind you guys of is the fact that, yeah, this thing is probably going to drop. It may hit the high 14s again at the low point. Don't be scared. Just know that's a very good buying opportunity. And this company keeps getting better when it comes to fundamentals. Their production is getting better. 200,000 delivery was just announced. I mean, that's insane. And the fact that it took like a year for them to get their second 100,000 deliveries relative to 3 years for their first 100,000, it just shows how much they're growing on an exponential level. And also this right here, I mean, just another testament of how incredible this company is. NIO announced that they received their NIO Aspen 3.0 design, received the IF Design Award of 2022. Once again, a fantastic achievement by the company. They have amazing designs. They really improve the lives of their customers. They're improving the lifestyles all over the world, and they're going to be growing and growing and growing for years to come as they develop their AI. I mean, there's a picture of Nami right there, their artificial intelligence AI that's going to be with people, giving them company. It's an amazing, piece of technology. They're developing it, and it's going to get bigger as time progresses. So I'm very bullish for the company. For the long term, I'm still incredibly bullish. I believe it's going to break all-time highs again if you give it time. For the short term, expect a big drop for the next few trading days. Once we get to that May 4th mark, I expect a nice bounce. I expect this thing to start rallying to the upside unless the Fed rug pulls us. And this bounce may take time and maybe a little slow in the beginning, but I would not be surprised if it starts slowly pushing up and we see a big trend reversal because we have been on this downward trend. I think we're going to get the reversal very soon, and I think NIO is doing just fine. So remain calm, cool, and collected. Get ready for the big day. Get ready for the FOMC meeting by Wednesday, and be ready because at any given moment, once this thing is ready, it could take off to the absolute moon despite what the shorts are doing and despite everything that's going on. So, anyways, enjoy your Friday, enjoy your weekend. I wish the best for each and every one of you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. NIO to the moon, and peace out.